I've been going through that little quirks on YouTube every fucking now. Finally, my damn you the one is up here, but for whatever reason, it didn't show up a minute ago. So we gotta just deal with what we gotta deal with. But we live at Yusef Two Times, and ironically, I'm gonna talk about Diddy today. You know, today is his court date. He's supposed to be facing all this time, and it's really sad for him, being that he did give to the black race as far as being an artist and all that shit. But white people, they don't give a fuck. They finna put the smoke down on this nigga, and ain't shit he can do about it. I told he should have just sold weed in his hood. You ain't had to go be a bougie nigga kissing white people ass and doing all that shit in their face and dancing in the videos and all that goofy shit. And the hunkies gonna still pop your ass off like you was selling weed in your neighborhood. It's just bullshit. It's like, you know, but it is what it is. It show you that there's no closeness to white people. That's all in our minds. I'm closer to white people than you. I'm closer to white people than you. They'll turn on your ass in 5 motherfucking minutes. And we shock the shit out you too, because you really think you close to them. And then they'll do the Diddy on your ass, put all that money in your bank account, and then tell you the money can't get you out. What? Money could get any goddamn thing on earth unless you P. Diddy. And you thought you was cool with white people, and they shocked your ass back into reality. So now he's sitting in prison, and we don't know how much time he's going to get, but we're going to guess. Is Diddy going to going to prison? Because he in jail now. People going to all say yes to this question, but I'm going to put a poll up there to see what motherfuckers think. But I do know that people will always say, we wonder how much time he going to get, but don't nobody really know. Because it's up to the, he got a motherfucking East Indian motherfucker during his time. Is Diddy going to prison for his crimes? I ain't gonna say for his crimes. We know what the fuck he did. Yes or no, motherfucker? Let me know. But I do believe this nigga gonna go down because he just trusted the wrong people. But you know, you working a job, you think, it's not even a job. Shit, they let him be a fucking celebrity. He just wasn't the smartest nigga in the room. You know what I'm saying? He thought his 100% with white people was going to keep him straight forever. And that's what they do. They elevate you over niggas. And then you thinking that you better than all the niggas. And then I guess in your mind, you think you can disrespect the women too, or the white women or the Asian women. I mean, think about it. He black and he went down with white people and Asians. He didn't even go down from fucking black people. Like, you know, no black person got him locked up. It was an Asian bitch and a Mexican bitch. So it's like, this is who the fuck he chose to be around him. And it wasn't even nobody from the industry. These were his personal friends, people he actually knew. They came together to make sure he got his ass locked up. So it's just really fucked up for him. But he got a nice little case ahead of him, and they don't look like nobody's. You know, in New York, everything starts faster. So it's probably going on in New York, you know what I'm saying? But it's going to be, they want 11 years out of him, which is outrageous for a mogul-minded motherfucker. You talking about 11 years to go sit in a prison over something these whack bitches said about me? My goodness, man. And then you was a rich nigga for decades. Like, you had all the money. You was successful. You was the nigga who everybody followed. We was doing rap, listening to rap and all that. We wasn't doing rap. My group of people wasn't doing rap, but we was listening to that shit. I do rap now. But we was always fucking with Diddy. Like, this nigga was the man. He was smart. He had all the goddamn connects in the industry. I remember at 29 years old, I had made a hood movie called Hood Life in my neighborhood. And one of the little drug dealing niggas, rest in peace to him, his name J-Dog, he was like, yo, we got to take this movie to P. Diddy in New York. I'm sitting back like, fuck we gonna do? How we gonna go to New York? That nigga like, we finna drive my motherfucking truck straight to New York. So I'm like, I said, I ain't going because I really don't know you niggas like that. You know, we cool, but I don't think I want to be riding no motherfucking 13 hours to them fucking New York from Chicago. And he like, nah, we good. So I was kind of nervous because I really didn't know them too tight. We hadn't made my movie. And I said, I'm gonna leave my movie camera at the crib because at that time it was like the year 2001. In the year 2000, 2001. And so it wasn't no digital shit like that. The cameras cost bands. It cost like 6 G's just to get my camera. So I'm like, I ain't taking this motherfucker on the road. I'm gonna leave this bitch in Chicago so I can keep making movies when I get back. We was going for the weekend. So they like, nah, fuck that hood. You still gonna go. So we jumped in the car. We flip out there to New York. We get pulled over. These niggas got ounces of weed all in the car while we driving. Bogus ass IDs and shit. I ain't had no driver's license and shit at that time. So police pulled us over. And they make me get out the motherfucking car. I had to drive the car because them niggas had bogus licenses. Make a long story short, we get our ass to New York. We walk up in this bitch and we go straight to P. Diddy. We literally drive from Chicago to P. Diddy fucking office space and downtown. He in one of them big ass high rises in Times Square, you know, Manhattan. So we get up in there and my homie who drove, you know, I got the movie. It's on a VHS at this time. It wasn't DVD. This is before DVD. So it was on a VHS tape. So I go up and the security niggas, you know, you got to go through these little revolving little things to get to the elevators. So I walk up to that shit. The security black dude like, yo, what's up? Can I help you? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get this to P. Diddy. I want to go see him. He like, you can't go upstairs. I'm like, nigga, we just drove from Chicago, man. He said, give it to him. I'm gonna make sure I give it to him. I don't know if he ever did, but we gave it to the security nigga, and then we walked up out the building and shit. We was all happy. We like, yeah, nigga, we went to New York. Ah, shit, we gave our shit to Diddy. We never even handed it to Diddy at all. We handed it to some security nigga in the building that his store was. Dude could have went and took that shit and sat on his desk at the job. But make a long story short, we went after we kicked it in New York. We went shopping, doing all that old dumb shit, taking pictures. Then my boy was like, Philly is only like about 3 hours away, so we should drive to Philly. It's like 2 hours away from New York. And we like, what? I ain't bad. Let's try it. So we drive to New York. We drive to Philly from New York. My homie and them wanted to go see Beanie Siegel. In case y'all know who he is, he like a big rapper, but he from Philly. So we went from New York to Beanie Siegel block, which is called Siegel Street. You know what I'm saying? That's what he named his rapper name. But at that time, he was big as fuck. Him and Freeway, they was on top of the rap game. It was like 2001, 2002. So we get to New York. We get to Philly, and so we kicking in. We sold a bag of weed on Dude Block and shit on the Siegel Block. Some guy asked us if we had weed, and just so happened to have one. So now we all really pumped up, like, hey, we sold some weed in Philly. Oh my god! So anyway, we drive. That night, niggas are like, man, we got to go to the club, because that weekend was the All-Star weekend. But we wasn't going for that. We was going to go take our movie to P. Diddy. And then we went to the Philly because the All-Star weekend was there. So we went to some club. So it was a nightclub. So we didn't go inside. And I was like, why my homies want to stand outside the motherfucking club? Y'all scary as hell, man. No, we don't know them niggas in there. Y'all bitches, nigga. We finna go in this bitch and see the hoes. They like, we finna stand outside. We gonna park them like pimp. I'm like, I came all the way out of town. These niggas scary as hell. Like, what the fuck? Ain't nothing but niggas in Philly. Ain't shit finna happen to us. They like, nah, we gonna post up out here. So we post up outside, and you know how the crowd is to get inside a nightclub. Eventually, they got tired of waiting, so they started yanking down some window. You know how those windows be like open on the side of a store or something? They opened that bitch up, and people from the outside went in, and people from the inside went out. And so the people who run the store, they would run the party. They was like, party over, because that big ass window open. So now we standing outside, and like a Soul Train line had opened, so it was people on both sides. We was like just standing with the other people too, like, and all these celebrities started coming out the club. I see Method Man, I see like basketball playing niggas, and they dress crazy dope. Like, that's how you know that they celebrities. It was at night, but they got all these fancy ass outfits on, fancy hats. The female had fancy hats, and you looking at this shit like, I'm thinking to myself, it's my first time in Philly. I'm like, damn, they dress like this in Philly? I never knew this shit. Like, this crazy. I ain't know, because we didn't go inside the club, so you never really saw how people was dressing. But when they was letting people out, you could see everybody dressed up all extremely fancy and shit. I'm like, okay, cool. And guess who walked out the fucking club? P. Diddy. That nigga come walking out the motherfucking club. I mean, we didn't even know he was in it. But we gave our film away. The movie, we gave it away already to the building, as building in New York. So he come walking down with pretty ass girls with him, and we looking at this shit like, that fucking Diddy right there. We thought we about to go see this nigga. This nigga standing right here. He walked past and shit. We like, what's up, Diddy? He cool as fuck. So he like, what's up? And then he keep walking with his girl and shit. Man, we was so geeked up. We was like, nigga, we came all the way and then drove to fucking Philly, and dago Diddy, he was in that club that we was in. And he walked out that bitch, and just kept going. He was like, get the fuck out of here. We just seen Diddy, and we came from 13 hours driving in Chicago. This is fucking crazy. And so we seeing a bunch of people leave out. That fulfilled us right there. We was just like, we saw the nigga physically with our own eyes. And I'm talking about, at this time, you got to remember, this is like 2001. So this nigga was on topic. You can't explain how big he was at that time. So when we saw him, we said to ourselves saying, I remember coming back to Chicago, and I remember saying to my girl, like, that nigga eyes seem like it's sunk back and further in his head than the regular people. You know how you see a person for a split second, and now your mind got all these memories of how it was and shit. It seemed like how they put them circle cucumbers on their eyes. I think that's what the fuck he had on his eyes. Him in real life, it's like you had all these things in your mind, or memories of the moment. By the time I tell the story today, I'm like, yeah, me and Diddy talked and shit. I hung out at his crib, spent the night. None of that happened. This is just what happens when this story. This is like, what, I don't know, 2001, like 24, 25 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was 2002, because it was February. So it had just turned 2002, and they did the All-Star game that weekend. So we didn't know that was happening. We was going to New York, but when you get to New York, everybody like, nigga, the All-Star weekend big. So we went down there, and dago Diddy. So we didn't give him no CD or DVD or nothing like that, but we was just like, There you go. You know, we saw the nigga in real life. When initially it was just a stabbing. Like, we don't know what the fuck we going. We just, he got the address on the back of his CD right here. And we drove to that address from Chicago. But I'm just saying that the impact that he had in art and as an artist was just too big. I mean, he made a major impact and he made us want to support him further and be down with him and shit. And so when white people switch up on you like that, it's just a testament that they are not your fucking friend. And I wouldn't give a fuck if you married to him, if you love him, if you suck their dick every day. They are some wicked motherfuckers when they want to do that to you. And they gave this nigga all these millions of dollars just to show him that money don't matter. Money don't work. And I'm tripping to myself because I'm thinking like, then why are all of us trying to get rich? Why I'm trying to get rich? Why are you trying to get rich? If this nigga already rich and the money don't matter, the money can't help you do shit. You can't bond out. You can't pay for the lawyers, the good lawyers that can help you. You can't get your judge to have a heart for you. It's just like you got a bunch of money sitting in the motherfucking bank for no damn reason. It's nothing. Actually, when it's sitting in the bank, they using it to do what they got. The bank using it to move around shit. Because you got to think, FDIC, only $1 million is only $100,000 technically. It's not $1 million. It's only $100,000 fucking dollars. So if Diddy got all this motherfucking money and he can't access it, then he losing money every fucking day. Plus you got to pay the lawyers. Plus you got to pay rent, gas bill, clothes, food, like everything. You got 9 kids. They gonna want shit. But you can't bring money in. So you talking about 11 years that they offering him? If he even get 5 of them bitches, he's gonna go broke because he has no way to manage the money. And this is one of the most important things. For instance, the president that we have right now, his name is DT. He came up off his dad. His dad put him in the game, meaning that he was at the age and then he come at his pops like, man, I want to make an investment. Blah, blah, blah. And pops like, here. Then you take the money, you parlay that shit, and you keep moving it, keep popping it, now he a fucking billionaire. So if Diddy got his sons, and he got a company called Bad Boy Records, which work in the music industry, it's been in the music industry since 1994. So here you is 30 years into the future. You're supposed to be able to continue to move forward with and pass it down to your kids like Diddy, like Trump parents did to him. Let me pass this down to my son. And now y'all run the business. Y'all operate the company. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got it now. And you know what the music industry is. I had y'all, but fuck my old friends. Fuck the people who I know. You got this shit now. So you go find new artists of this era. You go find new musicians of now. Your people, your friends. Where your high school buddies at? Who was rapping when you was growing up? Make them motherfuckers stars because the shit is in your hands and we got star power. But when you taint his name, when you taint his legacy, when you taint his brand, now he's going to be mud. Anybody who try to hook up with his kids, if he was passing the brand down to his kids, they're going to be like, you fucking with Diddy's sons? You fucking with Diddy and them? Oh, hell no. And that's what I'm saying about tainting the industry. You make it so bad for him that he can't make no money off of his name or his brand. And that's by design. That's designed specifically because, you know, any other culture, you might throw the dude in jail, but the fucking the company and corporation he made is not going to go under. That's a corporation. That motherfucker's still finna operate. But when it comes to a black dude, it's not like that. Your company over. He got like 4 sons. 3 of them niggas, at least 2 or 3 of them niggas, know people in the music industry who they would want to fuck with and bring up and be like, no, this is my boy Ray Ray. This nigga Cole, I fuck with him. I want to help him come up. But if you got all these wicked people around you and shit, and they saying your money don't even matter, $50 million don't matter, then what matters? That's the question. What is it? Morality? Is it the law? Is it, you know, is it morality and the law? Like, what is it? Like, how is money not to matter? Like, you told everybody cash is king. You told everybody get good credit. You told everybody that you had to work for white people to get contracts and get loans and get jobs. So you got a person like Diddy who was able to do it at a high level. Like, he got all the contracts. He got all the people. You know, he got the corporation operating. He's really a smart nigga when it comes to making shit happen, even going in rooms and making people comfortable around you where they want to do business with you. That's also something that is intangible, but you got to have. And he got that because he was able to parlay business deal after business deal. But for some reason, they turned that shit into him being a sexual deviant. And that's what they normally do for black people historically. So his money can be gone now because he won't have a way to be operated or maintain it. So one of the articles that came out this morning, it says Sean Diddy Combs was acquitted of racketeering and sex trafficking charges July 2nd and found guilty on 2 lesser charges of his 2 former girlfriends for prostitution. The judge denied bail, meaning Combs has remained detained until today's sentencing. Federal prosecutors say Combs should serve more than 11 years in prison. They wild. But again, where's the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? It ain't no love. That's a song y'all should be listening to. Where is the love? Where is the love? My mama used to play that song when I was a kid. I can't even believe I'm singing that damn song right now. But what I'm saying is that after all the 30 years he's put into the industry, they basically just bottled this nigga up in one big old bag and was like, you know what? Here he is, his career. Toss that shit in the fucking can. And so again, what is the time? All of the parties, all the energy, all the days, all the meetings, all the fucking, you about to just sit in prison like none of that shit happened, like it really had no impact, that you dealing with two females who ultimately said that they didn't like you, is going to get you a long time in prison. These girls could have just broke up with you. They could have just not came to the mansion. They could have just not got in the car. They could have just not went on a trip. But they chose to go because going on these trips, going on these places was going to benefit you. If you go out of town and motherfuckers buying food, you might eat some. If you're going out of town and motherfuckers buying clothes, you might want some. So they're benefiting from the fact that they're going out of town with him. So it's crazy. D said, hey, yo, that's crazy. When I was talking about the Diddy thing. And Denise Woe said hi. And Oddly Satisfying Film said, Jay-Z, goddamn, how the fuck do you see Jay-Z in my face? I hear that so much motherfucking much. It's crazy. But I don't hear is my bank account look like Jay-Z's. So could you just add that to the next, put that little caveat in there. I need my bank account to look like Jay-Z's, not just my face. Do that. Add a little bit. Add a little bit. Now, you got to send a Cash App for all that, Denise. This ain't no freebie. Go to Yusef Two Times on Cash App, and I'm going to do exactly what you said, little mama. Yusef Two Times. That's the name that you came in over here. You can go right there, put that donation, let me know that you did that there, and I'm going to do that there. Yeah, so, hey, clap cheeks. When I see you, that's the other part you don't know. When I see you, it's going to be problems. Because what you just said about my nose is not the nicest thing to say this early in the morning. And I know you got an evil spirit somewhere. It might be in your room, so walk out that room, because you just said some shit. You said he's breathing up. How the hell you see my nose, man? That nigga's crazy. But that was a good one, though. That was a good one. That was a good one right there. Clap cheeks. That was a funny one. And you actually got you got my verb as your name. So I don't know. Let me say pause on that, because I actually don't know what area you like to pat or chat or whatever the hell you clapping and shit. So anyway, Diddy might be on some clapping area like you doing, my brother, because that's exactly where he's headed. Today is the big day for Diddy, and his millions of dollars are going down the drain, and there's nothing nobody can do about it, because he's got the white people, America, jurisprudence, the country that we're all from, on his back. Hit the like button, show some love. Hit the like button, show some love. And we got to vote down a poll. The poll is Diddy going to prison? It's a possibility that Diddy could walk out. It's a possibility that all these conversations is not going to happen. We're going to wake up in the morning and he's going to be free. He'll be back in his mansion, and it'll be like nothing happened. So that's also a possibility. They say the judge denied bail, meaning Combs has remained until his sentencing today. Okay, we said that. Arguing that he is unrepentant and should be punished after he engaged in violence and put others in fear. Unrepentant. How would you know a person is unrepentant if he's sitting in jail? Like, would you talk to him twice? Like, he wrote a letter to you or something? You wouldn't know what the fuck he was doing if he was in jail. How is he unrepentant sitting in jail? He and that motherfucker like, I don't care, I did it. I don't care, I did it. How would you know? You ain't in jail with his ass? Talking about he unrepentant. Get the fuck out of here. Diddy should have invested in baby oil stocks. Where your comedy stand up at, bro? That's funny, because they probably got some Johnson & Johnson stocks out there on Cash App. So he really got an uphill battle today, and it's really something that we all just seeing play out. Lawyers for Combs stated in their written precedents submission to Judge Subramanian that their client should serve no more than 14 months. Nigga, that's no more months. Oh, they saying all together, so that he already basically served his time. Since Combs has already served almost 13 months, this proposed sentence could be his release in a matter of weeks. And that's exactly what should happen. You've been in jail for a year. They won't let your money work for you, which is $50 million that he actually has in the bank. See, me and you, we don't have $50 million in the bank. So it feels weird that it's not working for him, but it's not our money. But if you have 50 million in the bank and you know that 50 million can buy you all kind of shit, it can buy you a yacht, buy you a plane, it can buy you a house, it can buy you several houses, several yachts, several cars. $50 million could take care of a fucking community for fucking 50 years. But you can't get out of jail with that money. You're giving this money to the government. And that's, to me, proof that the government gave him the money. That, to me, that's proof, because they saying we don't want it back. It's mud to us. We can't use that shit. We gave it to you. We don't want that fucking money back. And I think that's what his problem is. So, bro, he say you making my morning, bro. That's funny as hell. And then Denise Whoa said, what the fuck? What the fuck? So we gonna go back to the conversation. Sean Diddy Combs was acquitted of racketeering foul trafficking. No, not right there. Lawyers Combs stated his research that Combs is expected to speak at today's hearing. Oh shit. Last night, Combs apologized and expressed how sincerely I am for all the hurt and pain I have caused. In a letter he wrote to Subramanian. But you know what the funny thing is? Diddy was an old man meat eater. Hey, I wondered that question, broski, because I said to myself, if you in a room with these dudes busting down your bra and ain't nobody saying you did nothing to the girls, then you probably did something to the dudes. But not honest to tell you, the dude said he didn't touch them. The dudes that was boning the bitches, they said he didn't touch them. He wasn't on nothing like that. But it just begs the question. Like, if I'm going to be in the room fucking a bitch, I'm not going to be standing around waiting and shit like, hey, nigga, get up off of, I'm going first, matter of fact. I don't give a fuck what the fuck you talking about. I'm busting this bitch first. Now she yours. So it'd be different for me. But, you know, I'm Diddy. He had what you call a kink. You know what I'm saying? And he's a multi-millionaire, so he can play into his kink. Like me and you, if we... What up, not 2 days, sucker? If me and you was rich like that, and we can't, or even at the level we at now, we can't play inside our kink like that, because you got to work, you got to drive, you got to take your kids, you got to eat food, you got to get sleep. But you're a fucking millionaire with $50 million to blow. You can just order a fucking jet flight and be like, we finna go to New York. And all the bitches that you want to freak out with right here on the goddamn plane with you, and you can do everything you want. And by the time you land that motherfucking plane, everybody go about their motherfucking life. Pay the lawyer, pay the pilot, pay the stewardess bitch, and you good. But they're rich. So he probably did that 40, 50 times and was like, you know what, I'm tired of the fucking plane. Let's go over here and get, you know, they're rich 24 hours. They're rich 365 days a year. That's a big difference. It's like being poor every single day. If you poor every single day, it's a gang of shit you can't buy and can't do. You get used to it. But if you're rich every day, it's so much shit you can do nonstop, every city, every state. You can get used to that too. Just being financially able to fucking do anything you want to do and never even have to go to work the next day. So even work is fun. Like, oh, I got to do a concert tonight. Okay, cool. Well, I'm finna stand backstage and catch up with them at the concert. Okay, well, I'm taking my girl with me, and then we're gonna go eat over here after this. So it's like he's not. Then he was a brand ambassador for that company Diageo, where he was putting the music, the alcohol out there. So now everywhere you go, you got drinks, you sipping, you got the bottle with you and shit. You like, hey, it's drinks on me, y'all. So rock everybody in this bitch. You know, motherfuckers like, man, blood Diddy coming through. So when you was making white people all that money, he was straight. But now on the other side, they want to pop him and send his ass down. And Diddy had a freak offs and Chuck E. Cheese all the time. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it, because that nigga probably like that big ass gorilla in that bitch. He's like, I don't want nothing up but that goddamn gorilla. Give me the gorilla. They like, you sure you don't want the girls? Like, I want the gorilla, goddammit. So you never know what but it looked like he gonna probably sit down though, because if they asking for 11, and think about the dichotomy, they asking for 11, your lawyer is asking for 1, and basically 2 weeks. That's a huge motherfucking difference. Your lawyer is saying 2 more weeks. Their judge is saying, their lawyer is saying 11 years, which would take Diddy down to 70 fucking years old. So the question is, this is when the $50 million is supposed to really kick in. Every day you supposed to be hitting motherfuckers in the area like, yo, take this money. Don't go against me. Take this money over to old girl. Find this in her Uber. Let her find this in her Uber, and she know that this came from me. This is where he would probably come out for a benefit. But just being a celebrity and being rich like this and making sure that you don't go to prison, it ain't gonna happen, because the people don't like him. They do not like the diddler. They do not like him. So those are people who were paid to hold spots in line to main court. And damn, where Combs will be sentenced are starting to leave as court reporters and members of the public arrived in taxis and Ubers ahead of the 10 a.m. Eastern sentencing. So he should be starting up in 2 more minutes. They'll be getting ready to do his case. According to Lion Sitters, damn, they got a company called Same Old Lion Dudes. That's funny. People started lining up at 9 a.m. yesterday. What? Damn, for the shit that happened today? They stayed out there 24 hours. Most of them braved the declining weather, city temperatures from New York, sleeping on the streets in tents and sleeping bags. Damn, they went that fucking hard to see this nigga? That's crazy. In a letter to the U.S. Justice, Combs apologized. I lost my way. I got lost in my journey, lost in drugs and excess. That's true. My downfall was rooted in my selfishness, Combs wrote in a letter filed to the court. Combs asked for mercy as he wrote that he takes full responsibility. I'm sorry for the hurt I caused, but I understand that we're mere word, that the mere words I'm sorry will never be good enough as the words almost could erase the pain from the past. Alone cannot erase the pain from the past. So he really got a motherfucking humdinger on his back, Jolly. And his case started up in 1 minute. They finna be like, all rise. Anybody here for the case against New York, against Combs? You can be seated now. And he gonna have to sit that motherfucker. Oh. Okay, my boy gone. He hit the road, jack back. Okay, that's what's going on with Diddy. U.S. government prosecutors accuse Sean Combs of orchestrating a decade-spanning criminal enterprise and forcing women to participate in marathon drug-dazed sexual encounters. They try to make it seem so articulate when they describing some shit a black dude did. You mean to tell me Motley Crue never fucked no bitches? Are you telling me Aerosmith never got drunk with a bitch and fucked in a hotel or a club? You telling me nobody from none of these damn singing Van Halen didn't catch no bitch and kiss her and be like, yo, we got to go back to my hotel. I want to fuck something. What? The Beatles? Come on, man. What are they talking about? Like, obviously, without even saying, if you're a celebrity, people are going to want to fuck with you. They're going to be in your face. They might give you free shit. A girl might want to give you some pussy. That's just being a celebrity. You could be a drug dealer and have that kind of representation from people that want to like you. But if you fucking a Diddy person and you on all the music videos, you dancing them fucking things, you got studio access, you people make people stars, you're doing what most people will never do in their whole motherfucking life. That's gonna make the regular guy and girl mad at you. And then again, if you got excess and you got money, you doing all kind of kinky, freaky shit. It's your life. You don't have to. You don't know you're going to jail in the future. So you just looking at it like this, my damn life. Anybody don't like this shit, you don't like being around me, get the fuck on. Them females wasn't gonna do that. They like, this nigga paying. This nigga got the money. I'm not leaving shit. I'm not going no motherfucker. I don't give a fuck if he shit in my mouth. I'm standing my ass right here. And that's the problem, because when you do this to yourself, when you convince yourself to be around people that's disrespectful to you, you lose a bit of yourself every single time you fuck with them. And the problem is that they couldn't have a physical rage where they come up and punch Diddy in the face and whoop his ass or get their friends and kick his ass. So they said, we're going to use the power of the tongue. We're going to go and just tell the world your intricate secrets. And that right there was, I thought, was foul. Because these are intricate secrets. We don't need to know nobody's personal life because you was in the bedroom with them or because you don't like them no more. Like, how is that embarrassment? He used to have me bringing him men come. Bitch, you sick enough to do it? Anybody else would have told him, get the fuck out of my damn face. But you knew he was buying Fendi. You knew he was buying caviar. You knew he had flights and jets. So you was okay with that shit. So that's really the situation. Like, you wasn't that judgy because you know what it can happen from being around somebody with this type of status, with this type of money. So they can't walk around here now and act like, I was not even, I never in my life would I have done this. Yes, the fuck you would, and yes, the fuck you did. Now, maybe you changed your mind and you become better today, but during that time, that's all we got to judge your ass on. While the defense is asking for a sentence, oh, here goes some more information that's just dropped on Diddley. They just putting it out here now and shit, because you know his case finna kick off in any minute. While the defense is asking for a sentence of 14 months, essentially time served, prosecutors have requested that the judge sentence him to 135 months. That sounds like forever to me in prison, or approximately 11 years and 3 months. The probation department is recommending 7 years, 3 months. How the fuck the probation department got something to do with this? This is about to be the judge, nigga. What the fuck is you talking about? The probation department got some. Imagine you finna get ready to go to jail for a massive amount of time, and all these people got decision making power. You got the judge, you got the jury, and then you got motherfucking the probation department. Like, who is these motherfucking people? They recommended 7 years. How do they even have anything to say? Prosecutors plan on reading letters, some of which were submitted in a filing earlier this week, including those from Combs' former longtime girlfriend, Cassie, her parents, Combs' former assistant and stylist, Deontay Nash. I guess he must not like him. Just days ago, Nash filed a lawsuit against Combs, citing years of mental and physical abuse. Whew. So that's another thing that's going to kill his money. When he loses his case, this is a really good video too, and I appreciate y'all taking the poll and hit the like button. Show some love. Be different from everybody else. The like button is actually free. Don't be like everybody else. You're different from them. You're being you. So anyway, when he gets sued by these people, they're waiting for the conviction. The conviction happened. So now that the conviction happened, now he can go and sue Diddy because there's a conviction. So that meant that whatever was accused by other people happened. So if I was associated with you during that time frame, what I say happened as well. I couldn't be on their case because they had a case like whatever their case was. But I was around you in that same time frame. So just like you abused them, it might not have been the same exact way, but you abused me too. And I'm bringing my ass in case, and I'm going to have the same time frame that you lost your fucking case and be like, well, I was with him this day or this month, and then it ended this day and this month. It's going to line right up with Cassie and his other girlfriend, and you'll be able to tell your story and say, hey, man, she did this, he did that. He did this, he did that. And the people looking at you like, wow, you did this to this guy? That's how your money run out. So having the 50 million up forward is almost like, let me just put 50 million towards this case. So the government not taking the 50 million from him, it allows him to take the 50 million and pay off suits. He could just basically just put it in a thing and say, hey, anybody that sue me, that's the cap. You get to use this 50 million. Do what you got to do. Or if you don't do that, take the 50 million, you pay for your lawyers. But the lawyers working on you with this loan and they got those big gigantic names, they're going to probably want more than $50 million because they working on your case day and night. I don't think he's going to do a long time. And that's why you pay for those bougie lawyers. You paying for lawyers to make sure that you don't get shitted on by the cops and the government. Those lawyers have what's called status. So if you, especially somebody that Diddy, his personal status, if Diddy loses the case and goes to prison, those white lawyers lose their prestige. It's that simple. They lose their prestige. As soon as he get convicted, they lose their prestige. It's just the same way if you saw a boxer fighting and you love this boxer and then he lose. And then you like, damn, I got lost. So now next time he fight, it's like, I know he ain't gonna be there no more because he was good before he lost his fight and shit. He could even redeem himself and be like, man, I won the next one. But you still got that loss on you now. Like, he lost to them and shit. You know, so I think that's what Diddy is gonna win because he at least can fight back. He got money to fight back. Let's see what they're saying.
Judge to sentence Sean Diddy Combs to more than 11 years in federal prison, arguing he engaged in violence and put others in fear. A stark contrast to Combs' legal team, who are seeking 14 months, which would see him walk free in a matter of weeks, as he's already served 13 months in prison.
Look for the judge to land somewhere in the middle, split the difference, a sentence of maybe 4 to 6 years.
Combs was convicted on prostitution charges over the summer, but acquitted of sex trafficking and racketeering, which carried up to a life sentence in prison. A source familiar with Combs' strategy telling NBC News that the mogul plans to address the court himself during his sentencing hearing. Both sides have submitted letters to the judge, one written by Cassie Ventura, Combs' former girlfriend, who was a key prosecution witness, writing in part, I am so scared that if he walks free, his first actions will be swift retribution towards me and others who spoke up.
That's fucked up. Now imagine this. Now, they say hell has no fury like a woman's scorn. So she's scorned. So now her fury is, let's go write the judge. Even 50 Cent wrote the judge. And 50 Cent girlfriend is the second girl in Diddy trial. So Diddy took his girl. And then all of them prosecuted Diddy, and now Diddy locked up, but Diddy was still paying her rent for his girl, because I guess 50 Cent stopped paying her rent for her. So basically, 50 Cent Bay had a kid with a woman. She's an Asian girl. They broke up, and then Diddy grabbed her. And then Diddy kept her, and then to the point where she came and testified against him. So, but he was still paying her rent every month, even though she was over there testifying against him. So it's just really sad. It's really sad. It's really about trust. Who can you trust? But when you're a super millionaire like that, who the fuck can you trust? I mean, come on, who can you trust? This is a real deep question. Who the Bros clot can you trust? Because these are girls who he fed, he gave money to. And then I remember they said at one point that he took 15,000 from her mother. Saying that she made an album or something like that with somebody else, but he invested in her, blah blah blah. But he said she gave the money back, and they tried to bring it up in the court case. But what I was trying to say is, who has a perfect relationship? Who has a girl or a guy that they don't argue with every day? I mean, anytime. You definitely going to have misconceptions, misconstruencies. You definitely going to yell, you get loud. You definitely might even, your family member might hear it, and y'all in a relationship, though, but they might be like, damn, you okay? What the fuck going on? That crazy ass nigga ain't doing nothing to you. Or even vice versa. Like, get away from that bitch. She over there fighting you. So this is life. It's not Diddy. It's not Cassie. This is humans. If you in a relationship other than your mom and your daddy, you might get into a fucking argument with people. You might get into a jaw jacket, especially if it's a love affair, because now you're around people a lot more. You got your personality and you got your things that make you quip and quirk, and they do as well. So that's what makes relationships work, because you can be around somebody without pushing so much of yourself on them, and they can push themselves on you not so much, and that's the evens kill of it all. And then you can be able to express yourself like, hey, you're going too crazy. Or hey, you're going too crazy. This is what it's all about. But that don't mean it's perfect. That don't mean it's going to happen like that. Motherfuckers go wild. Motherfuckers go crazy every day. Love affairs, kids. It's normal life we live in. But when you're a billionaire like that, we get to watch it play out on TV. Now he's not just a rich nigga who is the guy we admire. We get to find out personal things about him in his personal life that you would never really know, that we don't even give a fuck about. Like if Diddy rubbed men's excrements on his nipples, how would that be something that I can tell somebody in the future, or tell my kids, or what the fuck is that? How is that information anything? And at the end of the day, ain't that his life? Don't he get to do anything on planet Earth? It's called life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Do y'all even hear that part, or you just hear America? It's literally called life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. So go pursue your happiness. Like, if that's what make you tick, and why the fuck do we care? And I was even perturbed, because I said, they go so hard about the LGBT community. They just push the shit. Like, even as black people, my birthday is in June. So all my life, June has just been, obviously you wait for your birthday to come. But now when your birthday comes, all on TV, all in the buildings, you want to go buy yourself a birthday gift, there's gay photos and gay flannel and gay this, gay, gay. In June. It's my fucking birthday month. So what they did, they was like, you know what? We'll give y'all Juneteenth in the gay month. It's like, Juneteenth in the gay month? What the fuck? So now, while you trying to be Black Flag, now you got to have the gay month side by side with you. And it's like, what kind of weirdo ass shit is this? So my whole point is that if Diddy is weirdo, if Diddy is different, if Diddy is weird, it's crazy, it's something odd, he don't do what we do, then why don't just add him to the LGBTQ list? Because everybody else that's odd and don't do what we do and not in line like us, they add it to that fucking list. They say, okay, you LGBTQIAMOP. They don't give a fuck. They just add you to the list. Okay, what y'all do? So you take steering wheels and you rub them on your, okay, cool. STOP. So that's how, LGBT, That's the STOP is you. That's how the fuck they do it. So why ain't Diddy name added to that shit for his type of sexual prowess that he's into? It should be LGBT Diddy. And then the rest, whoever else. Weinstein, LGBT Diddy, Weinstein, Woody Allen ass. They don't give that same respect and understanding to black men. Now he a deviant. Now he's sexual freaking crazy. The Kardashian daddy is wearing a motherfucking dress. This nigga was on a Wheaties box when I was a little motherfucking kid. Facts. Literally on a fucking Wheaties box. A white man running. And you see his ass right there in 78, 77, I'm a little ass child. Right on the fucking Wheaties box. Now today he wears a fucking dress, hair, all that shit, probably got married and a man. He added to the motherfucking LGBT list. They don't look at him and say, what the hell you doing? You can't walk around like that. They'd be like, add that nigga to the list and let's move the fuck on. So it's different. Now Diddy is the person being called up, and it's like she said, he gonna do swift retribution towards me. How? If you walk out that motherfucking jail, them white people gonna be like, you gotta check in, you gotta show us your paperwork, we checking your cell phone record. If that bitch call and say, somebody pranked me and I thought it was Diddy, and he gonna be right back in court, and they gonna be looking through his phone records. Okay, did he call? Did he detect the pole by his house? Did anybody ping his area and then call from this? They'll be on his ass. Ain't shit he can do. Leave them old girlfriends alone, leave them old relationships the fuck alone, and go find somebody who want to be with you and fuck with you. Wherever that is. And he know he rich, so he ain't gonna be that broke when he walk. If he walk out of jail within a month or within a day, if he walk out of jail now, he'll stay rich. If they try to keep him in that motherfucker for 5 years, 11 years, he's gonna go broke. He's gonna literally go broke because his kids is not gonna know how to operate the business. They might not be able to go open their own businesses because your father is your beacon. He's the one who you talk to. He the one who tell you how to trust and who to trust. You know, like, okay, but now he in jail. Them kids ain't gonna go get on 9 to 5. They ain't no working B-ass people. So it's like, we got all this access to money. What the fuck do we do? Daddy in jail for 5 years. We can't just sit back and not make nothing. Nigga, we like 24, 25, one of his kids like 30. So they're gonna be looking forward to you to continue making money for the family. You the youngster in the world. So what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? We got the brand called Bad Boy. Maybe they could have you got to get on ChatGPT and shit like that to figure out how to come up with another name, but it's not too far. You know, like a boy had a group. He had, what's that guy named? Russell Simmons. He had a company called Fat Farm, and it was like a clothing line. And so he married the Asian girl, and she was a model. So she made a brand that wasn't too far off from his brand. His brand was called Fat Farm. She made a brand called Baby Fat. And it was like, oh, wow. And that shit was getting money. And my girl was all into that shit. Like, yeah, this our stuff right here is Baby Fat or whatever the fuck. I'm like, okay, I'm not too familiar with it. But I remember Russell Simmons shit, and that was his wife. So she was able to parlay that into a new brand from her own. And that's what he'll have to do. The kids will have to use Bad Boy, but they'll just be able to have a derivative of the name. And then they can still probably get out there and make money and bring in money for the family because the music industry is their family, is their world. That's what they do for a living. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, even though the kids ain't rappers and singers, I think he got one. Justin is like an artist. He does more. But, you know, it's hard getting your music out here today. It's hard being a creative today. But they at least got money. So that means you could take $100,000 and promote the shit out of it and build you a fucking career with your money you got. Because that's what they all asking for us to do with our money is pay for ads, pay for ads, pay for ads. So if you don't pay for ads, your stuff can't go out. You know, they got the money to pay for ads, though. You know what I'm saying?
Combs' 85-year-old mother writing that her son has made some terrible mistakes in his life, which I know he recognizes. Chloe Malas, NBC News, New York.
85. You know you would be crying if your mama had to come to court at 85 years old and watch your ass. Imagine this. You go to jail for 5 years and your motherfucking mama passed, man. And you sitting there can't do shit. You got enough money to go to the funeral, but you couldn't be there before she went. And it's like, my mommy, he got the money. You know, he's rich. Dude is fucking paid. So he got the money to show where he at. But if you in jail, they're not finna let you go visit your mama once a damn week. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, we'll see my mama, man, pay all y'all. Come on, ride me down here to see my mama. Okay, Mr. Combs, you got 15 minutes. They're not finna do that. You finna sit your ass in jail. She can come visit you. But that's it. You know what I'm saying? So one day, it's a person that wrote something, but I guess they must have been locked up with the old diddler. So let's see what the fuck this person got to say. One day in early July, as I ran my final lap through Greenhaven Correctional Facility Yard, I saw a man with his arms in the air. They're squirting baby oil up the Manhattan court. He shot it while making squeeze gestures with his hands. This is how I learned that Sean Diddy Combs had been acquitted for most of the serious. Okay, so this ain't that. This is just somebody giving his assessment. I thought he was saying he was in jail with Diddy. So hit the like button, guys, and we got to vote down there. Is Diddy going to prison? That's really the question everybody want to know. Is Diddy going to prison? Because that'd be fucked up if he do. You know, I think he should not go to prison. I think that the fact that they convicted him and they tainted his name forever, then I think that that's good enough. I think that they did their job. Because remember, he's in the celebrity game. He's in the face name game. The people want to see you. You know, he's in that game. So you're supposed to be a celeb. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers want to see you be a damn celebrity. You know what I'm saying? But if you fuck around and get caught up in some shit, then your celebrity is out the window. And so he's rich, though. We all know Diddy rich. So I do believe that if he can get out now, he can savor some of his money. But if he get convicted for this crime, he probably is gonna go broke, and then and obviously he wouldn't be able to check his own bank account from prison. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna, unless you call the phone and or maybe your family member tell you, hey, you got $302 million left there. You know, like, you know, how do you stop money from going out the bank? Like, 'cause think about it, $300 million, the bank people can steal money from you. Like, you can't check on shit. You had to have somebody come down there and tell them everything. Like, look, I got money over here, and look, if any money gone, then I know this person took it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to really grind to try to figure out how to set yourself up, because otherwise you're really in a jam bad scenario. You know, but I fuck with Diddy. I'm always gonna fuck with Diddy because I appreciate what he did. You know, I told you a story earlier about us being young, and when we made art, the first thing we thought about is taking it to Diddy. And we didn't just think about it. We jumped on a motherfucking car and we drove our ass to New York, dealing with the police in Indiana. And we went over there to that motherfucker, and we saw him in another state, but we didn't get to talk to him. But we at least was like, Deco Diddy, felt like we achieved our goal. Like, we went to go see Diddy, and his ass is right there. You know what I'm saying? And it was cool. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like, you know, moving fast, someone to get away from me. He wasn't acting like that. You know, I never seen Diddy again for the rest of my life, other than on internet, other than on TV. And so I do know that this is going to be a crazy day for him. I mean, if nothing else, it's eventful because you know what's happening, what's coming down the pipeline. These people are about to make a decision on your life. And it's people who don't like you. It's people who you know don't like you. Like, they can give a fuck about your well-being. They don't give a shit if you live or die. But they job, they gonna do it. Like you said, even because that's what the judge is gonna do. So they're gonna read all these bogus letters, and they're gonna be talking to him about all these little fucked up letters. And then they're gonna be saying, yeah, this lady said that, this man said that, and wow, you gotta sit there and listen to all this shit. And then you get a chance to speak. And obviously you wanna show some remorse because it's humans making decisions. I'm so sorry, I just wish I cry like a white girl. I don't even know why. When I was a kid, my mother whooped me and left me in the closet. I'd be coming up with so much shit. And he literally could have beat the fucking case if he would have been a victim in that motherfucker. But he, you know, he was already being accused of, so they wouldn't let him be a victim. But that's what I would have did. I'd have screamed, holy, oh my God. I just don't know. How did I get to like this? I need help. Judge, if you could do anything, just get me help. You know, that's what I'd have been doing. They'd have been like, this nigga's an actor in real life. Like, what the fuck? So, but you know, Diddy, one of them people that he took chances. And I like him for that. You know, like the fact that he took chances, the fact that he tried to make it as an artist, the fact that he put himself out there, and then you see the success came to him. I'm just happy for him. I'm glad it worked out. You know, everything ain't perfect, you know what I'm saying? Especially humans. Like, everybody ain't perfect. You know what I'm saying? So you make a move and you make a situation happen, and then you just got to deal with how it comes. You know, I'm sure he's setting that motherfucker now and then seeing people who's going to prison for way longer than him, and he just be having to accept it. Like, well, yeah, you know, I'm in this bitch, but technically I ain't got that nigga time. I ain't got to be in here like that girl, that guy. You know, I'm only going to be in here for a minute. Then it's like, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. You know, I'm sure he's had those conversations too. Like, you know, you stuck in jail, but can you really be that mad when you can you ain't got to do 90,000 years like the rest of these niggas? Like, these motherfuckers is locked up and ain't never coming home. You know what I'm saying? And he don't have to deal with that. He at least coming to the crib. You know what I'm saying? They call it an outdate. Like, he got an outdate. And then some people be in jail, they be jealous of that shit. They be mad that you got an outdate. Because if they don't have an outdate and you do, then it's like, I don't want to hear from you. Don't come over here talking about your fucking outdate, bitch. Don't fucking talk to me about that. And you sitting back like, damn, why he so mad? Let me see if I can send this little emails in Nashville. I'll be wanting to go back to the Ville, but I don't be going no more. The Ville, I kind of stopped going because I was driving in my car. My car crashed, so I ain't been going. But I missed the Ville. I was just talking about that shit earlier today. Nashville, that is. It's called Music City. So we go up there, we sell our music in Nashville. And it's crazy because it's like a country western place, but they still fuck with hip hop because if it's a country western place, ain't no fucking hip hop. But hip hop is the #1 genre in the world. So if you got hip hop, motherfuckers be like, oh, I'm on that. Give me that shit. And you sitting back like, cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Money coming in like a motherfucker off of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? But I got off the road. We get off the road when the weather changed. Around December, January, we get off the road. In my city today is gonna be 88 motherfucking degrees. That's a beautiful day. 88, I stepped out here like 6 a.m. It was cold as hell. Yep, so he said he'll be back Monday, he'll bring my shit, and that's that. So, but yeah, man, OD to the Hitler. He about to put himself in the trick bag and get popped off with these weird white people, and they don't like him. and he did it to himself. But you know, I feel sorry for him because these motherfuckers don't deserve to put you in no prison like that. You know what I'm saying? Over some female interactions and shit. You know, guys gonna get it wrong a lot of times when it comes to females. A lot of times. You're gonna get it wrong. It's just a part of the game. You learning, you a person. You can't know the ticks and quips of every fucking female that you're gonna talk to and what the fuck. If you're gonna get it right because you spoke to her, you can't know all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you fuck with her and she's showing you love, that's one element to show that she's the right person. But that don't mean it's true. You know, shit can go wrong. And crash and burn. And that's what we saw with Diddy. He had 2 bitches, and none of them said they menaged with each other. Like, he had 2 bras at the same time, and none of them said they menaged together. Like, yeah, he made me lick her pussy. And he fucked me while he didn't even do that with them bitches. That's what regular niggas do. Like, oh, 2 bitches? Okay, bet. You lick her pussy, I'm finna fuck her from the back, and da. He had a stronger fetish. His shit was stronger. So he was like, no, I want you to get fucked, and I want you to, you know, he was really a different kind of guy. But again, $50 million. That's the difference maker. You know, we don't have $50 million, so you could judge a motherfucker all you want to. It's your personal choice. But the nigga with the $50 million is the person that's gonna actually have the judgments calls, not the motherfucker without it. That don't mean that they can make this decisions over you, but I'm just saying that that's the person hear what the fuck they got to say. Let me know if y'all can still hear me too. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me? If you could hear me. I had to step outside for a minute. Let me go inside and make sure my audio is still working because I put this thing on and sometimes it'll look like it's working, but you still won't be able to hear me. They was doing that a lot yesterday with it. I don't know if it's glitched or what, but might be glitched, but I'm gonna go check my sound. Make sure y'all can hear me because sometimes it be going out on me and shit, but I had to step outside, get some of this beautiful ass weather in out here. Let that live stream, man, make sure the audio working. All right, that shit working like a charm. That's good. So, but yeah, we got Diddy going to trial. We'll see what happened. I'm not gonna watch it blow by blow. I'm gonna let it, you know, play out a little bit, and then we can make a part 2 or some shit like that. Because when I tell you the content, motherfuckers, is gonna have this story going on their channels, this is about to be big, man. You know, Diddy is he's who he is. So he's left such an impact. And now you're talking about going to prison for 20 years and shit, or 5 or 10 years. It's like, that's heavy. That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And then especially somebody who, he didn't do regular crimes, like you know, robberies or smacking the shit out of somebody or, you know, beating up his girl or any of that. He didn't do that. Well, actually, he did beat the girl ass, but he didn't go to jail for that. So I think that's really why they want to leave a message to him, because they was like, you slapped the shit out that female and you punched her up. And by doing that, you made us your damn enemy, boy. So now he got to fight. He got to face the white people pretty much. That's what Diddy had with this, and now he got to go face the white people. Let's hopefully say they ain't gonna trip on him. Hopefully they not. Can y'all hear me still? Every time I adjust some shit on here, I gotta go back and see if the audio is working and shit, cause it be tweaking, or it will tweak. It might still be working, but it ain't gonna hurt me to go look. I like the sun that is up. It's beautiful outside. It's an 88 degree day. So it's pretty warm, intense. And we walking it down, walking the club, walking them up, walking them down, walking them down. Check that audio real quick. Intense. Wow, that shit working. What happened is my little audio jumped out of the little audio holder. So it's working, that's fine. So yeah, you know, let me know what y'all think too. We got the poll. We got a lot of votes though. A lot of votes came in for the poll so far. People really voting what the poll's saying. Woo, 90% say yes. He going to jail. That's why I'm glad I asked that question, because you get a lot of glimpse from everybody's opinion. And everybody's saying yeah to that. He going to jail today. So it don't look like he gonna beat this case and walk out of there. Look like he gonna fuck around and lose this one. You know, and this is a big case. But see, another thing too that I think we kind of lose sight with, Diddy beat a case before. If you remember, he beat that case back in the day with Shine. So he didn't go to prison and Shine did. So that's another thing that made Diddy not be so loved by the people, because Shine went to jail for you, that guy. You know what I'm saying? And man, maybe he was supposed to, maybe he was the person who did all that shit. But ultimately, we know Diddy was like involved. Diddy was the man during that time. And so and then Diddy was spending money. He had J-Lo. He was like, he used his money to goddamn it position himself. And so he had the baddest bitch. He had the security, which is Shine. And so Shine wanted to prove himself to him. When something happened, Shine shot the fucking gun, or they say Diddy shot the gun or whatever. But Diddy got away from Shine. He had got his own lawyer, and he got away from Shine and separated. So then Shine went to prison, and Diddy didn't. So everybody kind of looked at Diddy like, oh, man, you used your money to dodge that one. You know what I'm saying? We know that the scenario was about you, but you used your money to deny that one, to dodge that repercussion. But then the little broad kept saying that Diddy is the one who shot her. She said, I don't give a damn what nobody say. I know who shot me. And it was that nigga. I'm like, damn. So that's something bogus too. So now we got to see what's the update on his sentencing. I think he is going to go down, though. I just wish he wasn't. They don't have a black man this close to jail and then they miss. They don't do that in America. If they got your ass this close, they going to win. My little light. Might have to get a knife and dig a hole down there. I can't never get that damn hole big enough. So I don't think he gonna win this case. The old diddler gonna sit up and shit. I wish he could throw us some of the millions though before he go sit his ass down. Like, man, I ain't got shit to do with these millions, man. But y'all need some millions real quick? I ain't got shit to do with this shit, man. Like, yeah, throw me some of the millions, boy. I'll hold it down for you, Diddy. Don't worry, nigga, look. When you need the money back, fucking holler at me. I got you. I'm gonna dig a hole in my yard. Feel like I need a knife. Ain't shit good enough to hit this damn dirt. But yeah, man, we got Diddy going to the prison today. This is his last day of freedom. Actually, he already been in there. That's why I think they're gonna let him out. Because if a motherfucker done did a year, that's enough. How much more motherfucking time y'all white ass want? Now he can't ask that question. We regular people, we can ask. How much more fucking time do y'all motherfucking ass want? Just tell me, goddammit. I'll let y'all know if I got time like that. This damn thing, I'm done with this. I can't get this bitch to stand up for shit. It's like a little light bulb. If you bump it, it falls. Damn. I thought you could dig a hole, man. There you go. It's my light for at night, but it won't work. Trying to dig a hole in that shit. But Diddy gone, y'all. Millions of dollars about to be down the drain. For nothing. Because it really comes down to how you treat people. And if they're around you, you can't know the future. So how you treat people is very important, because he's going down by people he know. He's going down by people who's been around him on a daily basis. Them motherfuckers taking him out. Folks who sat around him every day. And he paid for food. He paid for clothes. He did all that shit. And that ain't even no bearings on his situation. Don't nobody care. He did that. Nobody gives a fuck. He like, I bought them clothes. I bought them food. What the fuck is y'all talking about? So, she also said you did this. She also said you did that. Did you do that? That's his scenario. All right, I got that bitch in the ground finally. Yay, I had to get a different, where that rock at? Let's put you in here to prop this bitch up. And then this will work in the night. All right. This is my light. Don't be trying to put no goddamn lights in your yard. That shit's some headache. Fuck. All I gotta do is step around that goddamn light. Because every time I put that shit up, I'll fuck around and bump into it and it falls. Diddy. So what y'all think, man? Is he going to jail? Is he going to prison today? I need y'all to do the poll, hit the poll up. Damn. And get swole up. Hit the poll up and get swole up. You niggas know I never showed up. These are people who I looked up to growing up. Diddy is definitely one. He's definitely one of those people who I looked up to growing up. So you couldn't see his demise coming. You know what I'm saying? You just thought that he was that person that was on the inside of white people and that they just fucked with him. And you asking yourself, why they don't fuck with me like that? And then this be the underlay for the overlay. It's like, do you really want white people attention? I don't think you do. I just think that you looking at other people and then you getting misconstrued. You don't really want their attention like that. Because if they turn to you and give you their attention, it's not always a party. They'll put your ass in jail and lose your dumb ass. That's what Diddy didn't know. He thought that he was using bitches and getting his little freak on, and it was just, you know, just him. And probably other people do the same shit he was accused of. But it's about people liking him. You know what I'm saying? They might like doing it, but hate you. You know, like whatever his sexual thing was, they probably like doing that shit, but they just don't like your ass. So now you is the nigga who's setting everything up, and they fucking can't stand your ass. Like, I'm coming, but I'm tired of this motherfucker always being the one who's setting shit up. Fuck him. And so people could get that mentality about you, and then you sitting back thinking that you around people that fuck with you and they hate your ass the whole time. Even though they're in your house, they eating the food you buy, they stopping by, they coming over, they doing all that shit. And then you thinking like, oh, these my people. What's up, y'all? The whole time they can't stand you. And then as soon as something happened, them very people who you were standing around being cool with is all coming together to try to tell you how you fucked up something. Oh my God, I can't believe he did this. I can't believe he did that. And now your situation shitted on. You know what I'm saying? So, or even just trying to put a bad notion about you over something. You know what I'm saying? So people really can put some dumb shit out there on your name. So you kind of got to be careful. But he was with people I'm sure he thought he trusted. You know what I'm saying? So sitting in jail right now, it's a whole bunch of, I can't believe these motherfuckers. I can't believe these bitches. But he got kind of sidetracked, you know what I'm saying? Not knowing that it could ever crumble. Not knowing that it could be an end. He thinking that it's always going to be like that. I made the money. I'm the celebrity. I ain't doing no crime. I ain't hurt nobody. People showing up because they want to. And I'm not making them come over here. You know what I'm saying? She want to kick it. She want to slide. She want to fuck with me. She want to give me some. Like, I'm not forcing her to do this shit. And that sounds right. Like, yeah, he's not. But they look at it like your influence, your name, credential, their financial situation. All of those things also play a fact and an impact on it. It's not just the fact that you're a celebrity. You know, there's other elements to this game, and that's part of it. So that's all I got on this first segment, man. We'll see what happens with Diddy. He's going to trial today. Is it going to be a real case on him? We'll know. Like this video and check out my next video, which will be attached to this video. And you'll be able to watch the next video after this. I'm going to come back on here in a minute. I'm going to have another live popping. My next one going to probably be a long-ass stream. I thought this one was going to be it, but I don't think I want to talk about Diddy no 6 hours. So we'll get back on it in a minute. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.